What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Overnight Vibes podcast. I stuttered, but it's okay. I'm joined here with Matthew. Say hello.
Yo, what's poppin'?
I'm joined here with two new guests that we've never had on the podcast. Morgan, introduce yourself.
Hi,
And
I'm
Mark.
Bacon.
Oh. And
Hi.
Mark.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, and we're just gonna talk about a couple of stories and last weekend about what happened to Mark.
Mark got blitzed off his ass.
Yep, I would
Oh,
say.
okay. So we're just talking about what happened last week.
Yeah,
Oh,
all right. We're talking about what happened there.
All right. I usually don't get high, right? So for this rare occasion, they asked me if I wanted to get like absolutely just like baked. So I said,
This rare
of course.
occasion, you asked us.
Oh, well, this rare occasion, I asked them, so I did it, right? And let me just say, dude, being high is like the new 2021. Like, I fucking love it.
I think we should preface.
The sensation,
We
the
preface saying
sensation you
high
just
on marijuana.
feel. Like, I just absolutely love it because like my face felt like I was melting, but like in a good way. You know, I wasn't burning alive. I just felt good.
Okay.
I felt amazing.
Mark, it sounds like you're talking about like taking acid. Let's just preface
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Saying he marijuana.
Okay, well, yeah, it's weed, not like acid. I think acid. I don't even know what acid would do.
Yeah,
to
we're not
you.
even there yet at all for any of those.
And I smoked out of a mask. That was new. Like, and then like it was funny because like the mask didn't fit my face, so like Zach like literally grabbed the back of my head and shoved that shit so far in my face. So like I was really swallowing the smoke. Obviously, you know, when you inhale it, but no, I felt that shit in my intestines. Like I don't know if that was good, but it was like slurping water at this point. Like my Capri Sun, you hear it, and then it was like that, and then it was just amazing.
Yeah.
For disclaimer, the only reason why I asked, right, because I was like, you know what, I was sad, you know, sad boy hours, right? So I was like, you know what do all sad? Well, you know, I'm trying to follow the trend, you know, because I feel like I don't follow what everyone else does when they're upset. Everyone smokes and drinks when they're upset. So I'm like, you know what? I'm sad. Maybe I should be, you know, like everyone else. You know, like how everyone follows the mother duckling. That's me. So I was like, I'm gonna be a duckling and smoke like everyone else. So I smoked, and let me just say, I understand why everyone does it now. It's just like, whoa. And then I remember literally like 90% of everything. I just don't remember the end of it, but I remember 90% of it. Like, I would not shut the hell up. Like, I was just talking and talking. Met Marcus's girlfriend. She was a nice lady. I'm not going to lie, though. I just thought, you know, he had feelings for Jordan. So that surprised me when I saw her. I was just like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was about to ask, or I didn't want to ask Marcus, like, you know, up in front of him because I thought it'd be rude, but I just kind of let it go. But what happened with, you know, him liking Jordan, and then
From what I remember, Marcus had feelings, obviously. I think it was Jordan didn't feel the same, where she was like playing with him, or not exactly like playing with him, but I think giving him like mixed signals.
Okay.
And
I
he
can
was just
attest to
like
the fact that she.
that. What?
I can attest to the fact that she does that.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was something like that, and then he was just done with the bullshit, and then him and Kelsey started talking, and now they are where they are.
I was really surprised. I don't know why,
I'm very for him.
but yeah.
I'm extremely happy for that guy.
But I'm just glad a lot happened that weekend. Like we did a
Bro,
lot.
that was so.
We did a lot, and I don't know. The last time Mark was, you know, high, he wasn't even. Was he talking as much as like this time?
No.
No, he
was
wasn't
Mark
very
doing?
talkative because he was. I think it was a different
Denial?
strand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
he
was
was in
denial.
denial, and we had a different.
I was
strand,
high.
believe.
Then Matt was gonna take me to the bathroom, and I was like, I told Matt to follow me. I remember the whole situation. I'm like, I'm not high. He was like, Mark, your eyes are red. Your eye. I'm like, all right, bet. He's like, bet. I was like, follow me. Walk into Chandler's room, thinking I just opened the door, so confident. And then, you know, I have a big ass mirror. I really thought I was in my own room. So when I opened that door, just to see everything completely different, I looked to my left, thinking my mirror will be there. And then I mutter these words. I was like, Matt, yeah, this isn't my room. Oh my God. It was. Then after that, I mean, I liked it a little bit. I like feeling stupid when I'm high, but no, that the high I got that day, well, the weekend with you guys, that was like the best high ever. Like, I honestly love that
I could
so
tell.
much.
My My favorite quote from that weekend was Mark after just taking off the mask. He's standing by the fridge Chandler has in his garage for 5 minutes. We all look. He goes, or somebody offered him a seat, and he goes, I can't sit down because if I sit down, I'm gonna close my eyes. If I close my eyes, I'm not waking back up.
For real. And then you
Oh
couldn't,
my
you
God.
couldn't even keep your balance for like 2 seconds or like 2 minutes.
I remember
or whatever.
Morgan started talking, and then like I tripped, and I tried to catch myself and play it off. And I remember Morgan just looked at me like, "Dude, this guy's so stupid." Because like me and Matt were just looking at him, as you should. The guy's talking, you're gonna look him in the eye. So I was just trying to look at him, and I just kept losing my balance. Like I lost my balance, and I remember I caught myself. And I looked at Morgan. I did that like the whole cliche movie thing, like from a Disney movie, the cringy little, you catch yourself, and then they put their arm on something, they put their hand on their chin. That's exactly what I did. I looked at Morgan with 100% confidence, thinking he didn't see that, and I said, "Continue."
You got quiet for a good 15 seconds there because everyone fucking saw it.
For real. Fucking.
Oh,
I
my God, dude.
remember as soon as I got, because the whole thing started like with the baby shower, and like 3 hours through, I called Mark, and Mark forgot that we were having it that weekend. But going back, like as soon as me and Morgan got there, or Matt as well, as we got told about you can't say the B word from Chandler's dad, and freaking Matt was like, "Oh, what's the new Dragon Ball FighterZ character, huh? Like, what was that? Like, what was his name?" I was like, "Oh, it's a Super Baby Vegeta 2." I was like, "Oh shit, I fucking lost my fucking clothespin," because it was like a little contest we were doing. Whoever had the most like clothespins, you got a prize at the end or whatever. And this motherfucker just takes my clothespin, and I even fucking realize it halfway through. I'm like, "Oh, fucking God, I just
Bro,
said
legit,
baby."
after I did, like, once Chris said that, I was like, bro, I'm showing, like, no mercy. I'm getting everybody. The second we walked into that garage and the moment we walked out, I completely forgot about it, and I didn't try to get anybody else after that.
The only thing I remember before I fell asleep, though, the one thing that Matt, I remember, like, Matt kind of reminded me. He asked me if I remember everything went before, like, I laid down, because I told you once I once I got comfy, I knew I was gonna pass out. I remember. All I remember is just Matt going, "Mark," and I go like, He goes like, he was just all like, he was like, "You going to bed?" I'm like, I just, Matt says he was like, I sounded so happy, like, and I was like, I was in paradise, and I was just laying down. I was just like, I was living it. And then I remember too, when Marcus woke up early, like everyone thought I was gonna wake up. But I woke up like at 6 whenever Marcus left. Yeah, I remember Marcus looks at me and goes like, "Bye, Mark," and I'm like. And I remember just looking at him, I was like, "Bye, Marcus," but I didn't lift up my head. Like, I was just dead. So I remember I lifted up my hand, and, I did that thing where, like, you make like a little puppet out of your hand. I just looked at Marcus and said, "Bye, Marcus," and then that's all I remember at that point. And then I just woke up and then kept stretching. I couldn't stop stretching. I woke up, big stretch, your big morning stretch, and then I went back to sleep. I woke up again, big stretch, even a bigger stretch. I even did I think I did a little yawn too, but Matt was like dead, so he didn't hear me. Like I wanted to get up, but I went back to sleep. I'm gonna burp.
Freaking.
Right, anyway. What?
As soon as we were going to bed, and like everyone was going to bed, once me and Morgan got into where Zach's room, where Chandler was sleeping, that room was a fucking furnace. It was like, it felt like I had a blanket on already. Like it was that hot. Like that heat was fucking. It was so hot in that room.
Must have been nice, bro. I love the heat. I was out there with just my 2 blankets, cold, alone.
It's always cold in there in the living room.
You were cold for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't you pass
and then
out?
I fell asleep. Yeah, and then I fell asleep, and my body became completely numb to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember too. Oh yeah, I was telling one of my stories on my streams, right?
Yeah.
But Nate backs me up. One of viewers say the story's bullshit. I'm like, what story? The Psychon one? And then Matt, you remember that one? Remember I assassinated that kid that kept fucking putting that fucking rainwater under our noses, and I remember me and you took him to a spot where you remember it was pouring that night, remember? And it was dark.
Yeah.
So obviously, me and you attempted murder that night, remember? We pushed that kid down the hill. Remember? Because I was so fed up. And then I remember Matt was like, "That's like Mark's first violent act." Because, this was me when I was a pussy. This was 6th grade Mark. So I remember this kid just kept picking on us. And then I'm like, and then me and Matt just had that look. Like, when you have that look with your friend or anyone, and you just like nod your head like, "Yeah, we're doing this."
Yeah.
I remember we we took him to that one spot, and I grabbed his raincoat and I yeeted him off the smallest little cliff, right? And that kid was tumbling and tumbling. And I remember, like, I'm kind of glad. I mean, he could have died because he could have hit his head on something, right? But I remember he tried to snitch on me and Matt. But that's the thing, though. It was 2-on-1, you know? And I remember he was like, hey, that kid, he was like, Mark, he was like, hey, this guy threw me off. And then they're like, is that true? And I was like, no, this guy slipped. And then, oh my God, bro. I remember he just kept death staring at us after that. But I remember Matt said these words to me. He's like, Mark, that was your first violent act. How do you feel? I'm like, dude, I feel good, bro.
You could have
Fucking
killed
deserved it.
You could have killed the kid, bro.
He kept getting. He would go to like the metal pipes, scoop
so
up water, and put it
annoying,
under
bro.
another. So when me and Matt weren't doing anything, I'm like, all right, fuck this. So I remember I just grabbed him and I just threw him off.
Oh my God.
I don't know what came over me. It was just pure bloodlust. I was like, if he dies, he dies. I just threw him off. I remember Matt just looked at me like, whoa. Because I grabbed the kid, like I grabbed him and just said, you're gonna die. You know, I literally whispered in his ears like shit, and I just fucking threw him, dude.
Fucking hell.
And I just remember me and Matt were looking at him tumbling. And then when he finally stopped, you know, covered in mud and shit, and then he was like the counselor. He's like, "Hey, this guy threw me." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Matt, did he not just slip?" And he goes like, "Yeah." He was like, "He slipped." And I'm like, and that's why I was like, "See, this is why me and Matt are homies."
Oh my, bro.
Even though Matt almost told me attempt murder, he still has my back.
Mark would have got charged with some fucking. Mark would have got charged with like first-degree murder. I would have been acquainted with that shit.
Because me
and Mark would have been coming out of the pin right now, dude.
I mean, me and Matt didn't do anything, but Matt was part of it because, like I'm saying, Matt gave me the okay because we just looked at each other and just went, like we nodded, and I'm like, don't worry, I got it. And I just threw him because he wouldn't leave us alone, dude. And I was just, oh my God. And then I remember someone typed, someone typed that was bullshit, and then Nate was like, no, it's not. All of Mark's stories are real because I'm there for like 90% of the time. But yeah, he's like, the Cyclone one wasn't bullshit. Then I told him the other story when Charlotte when like, you know, how Charlotte literally broke up with Chandler because she had a crush on me.
Home?
On the way home,
Yeah.
Because I guess she said she fell for me during the, you know, Dead Man's Falls. That girl was not prepared for that trip. She was wearing jeans. She was wearing Vans. We were going up like muddy cliffs, you know, because it was raining. Obviously, it was all muddy. And I remember I was like, "Are you sure you're cut out for this?" And she's like, "Mark, standing off leg." I'm like, "No, it's not that." I was like, "You're just not wearing the right clothing." I was like, "You're wearing regular clothes." She's like, "What's wrong with that?" I'm like, "You're gonna slip." And she's like, "No, I'm not." As soon as she said that, I remember she fell, and I look up. So we're going uphill, and I remember looking up. The only thing I saw was ass coming straight down to my face. Not, you know, like obviously that's everyone's like, "Oh shit, ass in your face." No, I didn't want it literally. Like literally, it was ass in my face. I just remember looking up and like it was like I think it was like a cartoon. What's a good one? The Coyote and the Roadrunner. Remember he drops like the fucking anvil on him? It was like that. I just remember looking up, but it was just cheeks coming from the heaven, landing on my face. And we tumbled and took like 2 people with us. And I remember they were so mad at us. They're like, "Dude, can you not?" They got mad at me. It's like, "Do you not know how to climb up?" I'm like, "Did you not see her slip and fall on me?" They're like, "You couldn't catch her, weak ass." I'm like, what? I was like, all right, but everyone just left.
To catch her?
Exactly. Everyone just like left me and walked up, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay, guys. Thanks for asking." I literally muttered,
up, bro.
And then I remember Cheryl was like, "I'm sorry, Mark." I'm like, "Just don't say anything. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me." That whole time, she just kept slipping. I remember, like, at that point, I was babysitting her because she just did not have the right, like, shoes.
Might as well just fucking
So
carry
I remember
her.
she slipped. I had to keep, literally, I think there was one point where I grab her, like, hold her hand and lift her. So where was I?
You were helping. Charlotte, right?
You were helping Charlotte. People were gassing on you because you couldn't help her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I was holding her hand, lifting her up, right? And the bitch just did not know. And then that's when I called her a klutz. That's where the whole klutz thing came from because she just would not keep her balance. Like, and then when we finally got to the end of it, she was like, "Mark, I'm all dirty and muddy." And I'm all like, they said that. They said Dead Man Falls is going to be dirty and muddy. I said, "You're not wearing the right clothes." And she was like, "Yeah, but I didn't think it was going to get this dirty." I'm like, "What does dirty mean?" And I was like, "Look at me. I got ass in my face." And, you know, and then I'm like, I'm covered in mud. And I still got yelled at by the other people. I was supposed to make friends. But thanks to you, I'm a loser, Charlotte. Like, no one looks at the guy. They always look at the girl. Make sure the girl's okay. What about me, huh? I was like, And she was like, "What? You think my ass is bony?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt some fucking bone in my face."
You got punched.
I was like, "Yeah, I literally got poked in the eye with your bones." I was like, "Those pants were a lie. They bring out your butt, but I didn't feel cushion. I felt pain. I felt pain, Charlotte." And then we went back on the bus ride, and then she was like, "I have feelings for you." I'm like, "How?" I was just like,
Bro, she's one of those girls that gets injured a lot too.
hmm?
Like,
She
bro,
did, bro. It felt like every fucking month at Live Oak, it was just a new injury.
like, bro, I don't.
love
That's what I call an attention whore.
But like, honestly, it was like either every 2 or like 3 weeks or whatever. Like something bad would happen. They're
One
like,
week it was
oh,
her leg, the next week it was her fucking arm, and then her rib cage,
Other
and then
leg.
her wrist, yeah, and then her other leg.
ankles. Like, dog, just fix your whole fucking body.
He said, "Yeah."
Dude, there's some like, bro, middle school was like a short, but like it was pretty fun. I had fun in middle school.
You got a bowl?
Okay, Mr. Weed Smoker.
Hey,
Sorry, Mrs. All right, we're back to it. Another story. You guys want to hear the story of how I shot myself when I was 16?
Yeah, I don't think you ever told me that. I heard about it, but you never told me it.
All right. This is all right. By the way, all I have to say for disclaimer: me shitting myself wasn't my fault. It was my mom's fault. This whole story, you're gonna remember this. This was my mom's fault. My mom is, I love her to death, but my God, she is the epitome of stupidity. That's all I gotta say. All right. So we have 2 bathrooms, one in the master bedroom and our bathroom. Right. Obviously, my mom has her bathroom and we have our bathroom. I'm playing the game in my room. This was before I moved in the shed. So I'm playing the game in my room, and then I have a bad habit of playing while I have to shit. So I'm just clenching my butthole, waiting for the match to end. Because, I'm a true gamer. You finish the match. You don't leave your boys behind. I'm playing it, and then I was like, all right, guys, I have to go shit. And then bad timing, my sister's taking a bath, right?
Right.
And then I was like, hey, Mom, I got to poop. Can you, make it quick? She was like, oh, my God, 10 minutes. I wait 10 extra minutes. I go back, Mom, I have to go. I'm crowning. And she was just like, Mark, I'll take her out right now. I'm like, okay, thank you. 5 minutes later, she's still in the kitchen, not taking out my sister. I was like, I can't hold it. So I sprint in my bathroom, close the curtain on Mercedes. So I'm at the shit, next to Mercedes. I'm sorry, right? My mom kicks open the door that's locked, the fucking hole. And says, get the fuck out.
Oh
so
my God.
I get out, pulling my pants up with the poop still coming out of my butthole. I was like, dude, I can't wait. And she's over here yelling at me saying, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm like, Mom, I have to shit. And then I'm telling her, and she won't listen. And then I was like, I can't. So I sprint to the master bedroom, and she's like, you can't shit in my bathroom. I'm like, what? I was like, no one's allowed to shit in my bathroom. I'm like, do you not shit in your bathroom? And then I was just like, and then at the final moments, I'm like, I have to go. I ran. As soon as I got in the bathroom and I pulled down my pants, it was too late. All over the floor, all over my boxers, pants, shit everywhere. My mom yells at me. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're 16." I'm like, no! I said I had to poop for the past 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm not cleaning this shit. And she cleaned my shit. So,
oh my fucking God, man.
I remember I told these to my words, and I'm like, I hope she gets shit in her fingernails. And then Angel's like, oh my God. I lost my favorite sweats. I had to throw my my shit covered sweats in the trash. Oh my God, bro. And another time happened too with Baron. Baron laughed her ass off, right? I was farting a lot, as she said I was tooting. And then I was laughing, and then I farted, and then it wasn't a fart. It was shit. I almost sharted my pants again. But Baron laughed so hard because as soon as I farted, I sucked that shit up so fast. That shit was about to come and hit the floor, but I sucked it up with the power of my glutes. And then I almost shat myself again at 18. I'm 19 now.
Dude, it's always one of those days where you're just farting, you're just tooting or whatever,
and you have to
never expect it, and oh fuck, that was almost a shit, and then, you have to take your underwear before, whenever you go to the bathroom and shit, just in case. But there are times where I've shit myself. I won't lie. I don't know why, but it just happens. I don't know where. I don't know why. Wait, Morgan, has that happened to you?
Not that I remember, other than when I was really, really, really young. You're still talking about shit, or am I just fucking retarded?
No, we're talking about shitting ourselves.
Okay, yeah, no, I can't remember a time, anytime recent at least.
All right, Mark, another story. You were gonna say something?
Okay, all right. Where did I leave off at when I was talking to Kelsey? Oh yeah, we were in Mark freshman arc. We were in the Monachi arc
Yeah, we were
for my
talking about
anime.
that, yeah.
We were in the Monachi arc. All right. All right, you guys are have to get. We're getting filler episodes for you guys. All right, this is filler. All right. Flash forward. Freshman Mark moved, left his friends behind to start a new adventure at this piece of shit school, Monachi. My dog wants to come in. Pause. What was I? Okay, where was I?
In the Monachi arc.
Monachi arc.
Oh my
Here we
God,
go.
that was
Flash forward.
fucking
Boom. Monachi. All right, here we are. Flash forward. Monachi arc. Mark. Swear to God, if that dog does not come in, I open that fucking door, I'm gonna punch her. She does this thing where she scratches to make us open the door, and when I open the door, she sprints away. Like,
Just like
she's like she pranks me. Yeah, she'll scratch the door. I open it. She sprints the other way.
Isn't it raining outside still?
Oh, she hates the rain. She would have been in here. All right. Anyway, I'll give her 10 more minutes. Anyway, Monachi arc, new school. Oh my God. Yeah, the Monachi arc was Mark's hardest arc. It was like, who's seen Hunter x Hunter?
Me.
All right, so you've seen an English dub, right?
Yeah, I saw it on
Netflix.
Was it
Did you
Netflix
watch-
or Hulu? So I seen like the first 4 seasons.
Okay, so did you watch the Phantom Troop arc?
That
Where,
was
like, when they're like fucking in, York New, they call it,
Yeah.
it's New York, and the fucking troop and the spiders are all like, yeah, let's shoot the place up,
Yeah.
We're on that. Do you remember the scene where the Arthur was like, in Kurapika is now feeling depression? That's exactly how it was. After my first day of school, a new feeling entered Mark. Depression, and then like, I hated that school so much. I was the most bitter person you'll ever meet. Like, I hated everyone and everything except for my friends. Obviously, I had some friends over there that I was okay with, but everyone else, I wanted to literally like just fight everyone. There was this white bitch, Chelsea. I don't know what the fuck her name was, but it was white. It was the whitest bitch you'll ever meet. She hated me for no fucking reason. Every day in Spanish, she will glare at me. I just wanted to get them up and say, bitch, I'm about to sock you in your face. And then I hate the Spanish teacher too. Oh my God, dude, the Spanish teacher. Ooh, I cannot tell you how many times I got sent to the principal's office 8 times, because every time I have that class, I get sent to the principal's office because I always argued with her, dude. I fucking hated that class, and I hated everyone in that class.
You just hated that school in general.
I did. Fucking Mr. Filarski, bro, man. Oh my God, bro. Don't even get. Oh my God.
Was there anyone that you liked at all?
I think the ag teacher I can tolerate. She was okay. My English teacher. I actually bonded with my English. I was so lonely. I talked to the English teacher at break. I would be in the classroom talking to her. She was my acquaintance at the time, right? Anyway, this fucking bitch. Every time she got mad at me because I'd argue with the teacher. She's like, can you just like not argue with the teacher? And I'm like, can you just not be a stuck-up bitch for once? That got me sent to the office. And then I remember one time she put us together too. And then I think that she was really scared of me because I really yelled at her. We sat next to each other because she put us next to her. And then she said, oh my God. I was like, what? I was like, for the love of God, what? What? I was like, why is this so bad? I was like, Gabby back there doesn't care. And then Gabby was like, yeah, I like Mark. You're actually pretty cool. I'm like, but what's your problem, huh? You white privileged bitch. I'm like, what is your problem? And like, the teacher was just there looking at me as I'm yelling at her. I'm like, seriously, what's your problem? And then she was all red faced because how fucking white she was. I'm like, look, you're a fucking tomato. I'm like, say something. I'm like, say something. I was like, dude. And then she didn't say anything. I'm like, and then I was like, you know what, teacher, I'm gonna save you the argument. I'll escort myself out and send myself to the principal's office. I was like, but to the bitch sitting next to me, I hope. I think it was a little extreme. I think I wished like very bad things upon her. I think I told her I hope you get hit by a car today. I think I did say that. Like I was such a bitter person, dude. Jeez. I looked her in the eye and said, I hope you get ran over today. I really did. And then I told that, and then I went to the principal's office, and the principal's office is pretty cool because like me and her shared tea. She always gave me tea.
What the fuck?
Nat was just there too much. She was like, all right, well, might as well just get
because like I'm saying, because like you guys know how I talk to adults. I'm very formal, right?
Yeah.
So I was talking to them and they were surprised, after all the shit they hear from the teachers, and then when I'm talking to them, they're all like, why are you so polite to us, but you're not to your teachers? I'm like, Your staff is a bunch of cunts. You guys, I could tolerate. You guys are just doing your job. You guys aren't being stupid, saying some dumbass inspirational quote that I was like, no, you guys are chill. But I understand you guys have to get me in trouble because, it's your job. I just something bad, I'm not going to match you. And the principal's office was like, I remember the first day she put me in her office by herself, just being her. She's like, come with me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my ass jumped or something. So I'm in the room with her. And then she just gave me tea. She gave me a brisk tea. And she was like, you want some tea? I'm just like, sure. So I opened it. And she's like, Mark, stay in here as long as you want. She was like, you can miss the entire school. You can miss the entire school day because I know you're not even going to do your classwork. You have all Fs right now as it is.
Oh my god damn.
I'm just all like, you sure? She's like, yeah, but she was like, are you sure this is like okay though? She's like, don't you want to do something with your life? And then I was just all like saving the lecture. It's just I really hate your school. No offense, I really hate your school. Your campus is fucking shit. Your baseball field is garbage. I was just like
so bad.
I was like, your
Bro,
rallies are boring.
is
I was like,
so
your rallies
bad.
are boring as fuck. Like, what kind of inspirational rallies is that? Like, I was like, it was just like, God, like, I was like, I hated Union's rallies, but fuck, like, you guys make me miss them. I was just like,
oh damn. Thank you.
Like, I literally said, I was like, God, I took Union for granted, didn't I? And I literally said that. I was just, then she was like, I get it, but she was like, can you ease up? I was like, I'll do my best. And then I did, I stopped cussing at Mr. Filarski. I only got in trouble at 7th period, the last period, Spanish. This bitch literally told me, she was just like, you're gonna grow up to be such a bad kid. You're gonna grow up to be such a loser. Because like we argued that much. Like that's how bad she was like, you're not gonna do anything with your life. I'm like, bitch, I'm a freshman, dude. I was like, I hate you. Like to the point, like I was always told I was a nice person, but you guys showed me being nice fucking sucks. You get walked all over. I was like, I cannot tell you how nice I was to people. I gave people my lunch money because that's how nice I was. They asked for quick bucks. I would spare them a quick bucks just for them to talk shit about me. I literally told them, I'm like, the people in this school are a bunch of fucking cunts. I was like, I don't even like cussing, but this school, I don't know what it did to me. Like, you guys made me such a bitter old man. Like, and then I remember there was this one fucking jock that was buff as fuck, right? And, we have PE was pretty okay too. Oh, the PE teacher. Oh, my God. I hate every fucking teacher there, dude. I remember one day, I was talking to my friend Josh. You guys know Josh Clower. Like I'm saying, it was Josh and Jeremiah, like my old friends, right? So obviously I was cool with Josh. So me and Josh were talking, and she was like, Mark. She called my name. I was like, yeah. I looked at her. I was like, yeah, what's up? She was quiet. I'm like, yes. She was still quiet. I'm like, what the hell do you want? And she was like, be quiet. I'm like, why didn't you say that? I was like, why would you call my name, get my attention, and waste my time? And then I had to run laps for that, but cross country, baby. So
I was gonna say that's no problem for you, bro.
I did cross country too. The cross country team was a bunch of full of cunts too. There was one freshman that was on the varsity team though, but he thought he was hot shit because he's on varsity. I thought I was hot shit because I was on the varsity team for Union. 5-minute mile. They're fucking runners for freshmen. All run 5 minutes. Like the team was so good that like I'm saying when we run up against Union. I remember we were so confident in our ability to win because I know how shit Union was. We all decided to finish at the exact same time. So imagine you went to go watch the race. You would see a group of kids finishing exactly at 5:05.
Damn.
We all ran the same pace, did not speed up. We all ran together in a circle, and we just overlapped all of your, all the other freshman teams, and just finished with 5:05s.
No, that's
and then varsity, Yeah, varsity, no, they flex, bro. So I think someone finished with like a 4:30, bro. They all finished like at least 4s or like low 5s.
What do they eat, bro? What the fuck?
I don't know, but they're a bunch of fucking twigs like me, bro. So, hold on, my dog is scratching.
Freaking.
Oh, fuck.
That fucking hurt my ears. Why this
We gotta-
Yeah, I
You
get
gotta
it.
teach him to mute his mic before he does shit like that.
My mic.
I can vouch for Mark when he says that the Union cross country team wasn't very good. Because I think the first time I went to try out, I was already out of shape, right? So the first time I went, I was legit like, I was keeping up with Mark the whole time. And me and Mark were ahead of everyone except for fucking that one. I don't remember his name, but that kid was. I'm pretty sure he still runs to this fucking day.
The ties.
But no, at Union it was the Mexican kid. He had glasses. Was it
Tony.
glasses?
Yep,
the whole
Tony.
facial hair. Yeah.
Tony, my
No,
friend.
that kid was the only kid I
Tony.
couldn't really keep up with when I first went. I could keep up with Mark, but I feel like the fact that I was able to pass up everybody kind of showed how bad Union's cross country was.
You know, they were shit. Like after I went to Monachi, just to find out they were second in the entire valley, and then I compared them. I compared Union to us, and I was like, man, I thought I was tough shit. Varsity don't mean shit to them, bro. Then don't even start on fucking Mr. Filarski. My fucking, Mr. Filarski made me drop out of Mr. Schlick's computer class because I just hated computer teachers because of him.
Damn.
Fucking hated Filarski. He got me in trouble, right? Threatened to call the police on me, right? Because I verbally assaulted him. But guess what I said that hurt the man's feelings, the 50-year-old man's feelings. I censored myself just to pay respect. I was like, man, I don't want to cuss. I was like, I'm tired of being a bitter old man. I was talking to Ty, and I was like, what's his name? Freaking butt-face Filarski. That's what I said. And in the morning, I sit down on my seat. He was like, Mark, come here. I'm like, what does this fucking clown want? And he goes like, do you know what you said to me this morning? I'm like, no, I didn't talk to you this morning. I was being a smartass. I was like, no, I did not talk to you at all this morning. He was like, well, I heard your comment about what you said to me. I'm like, I said a lot of things. What did I say? And he was like, you said butt-face Filarski. I'm like, okay. What I forgot your name. I just put butt and Filarski, and I remember Mr. Filarski. So what's the problem? He was, that's called verbal assault. I might have to call the police on you for that. And then I remember he kicked me out for this too. This is why I got sent home. I went home that day. I just called my mom. Hey mom, pick me up. I'm not in the mood. I remember I said this to. I'm like, we argued because I said this. I was like, are you serious right now? He was like, yeah, Mark, I'm serious. I'm like, how old are you? You're like 50 with kids and a wife. I'm like, I feel sorry for them. And then he just, excuse me. I'm like, you're a 50-year-old man talking to a 17-year-old freshman saying, my feelings are hurt because I called you butt-face Filarski. I was like, kindergartens probably have better insults than that. But yeah, here you are lecturing me, threatening to call the police on me. I said butt-face Filarski. I could have said the fucking asswipe Filarski. I could have said the cunt Filarski. I could have said the shrimp dick Filarski. I just kept going on. I'm like, I could have said all that. Everyone's looking at me like, oh my God. I was like, I could have said all that, but butt-face Filarski made you waste my time. He was like, I'm gonna call a principal. I'm like, please. I was like, dude, because I hate you so much. I was like, I have never I was told respect my elders, but no, you are not an elder. You are a child in a 50-year-old man's body. I feel sorry for your wife and kids. And then they're like, I'm calling. He's like, I'm calling. I'm like, no need. I'll escort myself from this. I don't even know what this was. A conversation that just was pathetic. A waste of my time. I was like, I bet the kids in here are laughing at you now. So I'm gonna leave. I want to have a good day, but no. You are a sad, pathetic old man. And I left. And I told him principal office, called my mom. I was like, hey mom, pick me up. It's not a good day. She's like, bro, I'm trying to work my ass off, and you're over here getting kicked out of school left and right. I can't tell you how many times you've been in the office. I'm like, mom, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do this to you and stress you out, as maybe more stressed out as you is, but as you are. But fuck, mom, the people in this school are fucking ridiculous, dude. I was like, I can't. Mom, I never wanted to hit so many people in my life. I don't like. This one, I was barely getting into boxing, right? This was after we first fought. I was like, I've never wanted to fight so many people in my entire life, dude. I'm literally I'm like, mom, I'm so tempted to punch. I'm so tempted to curb stomp a bitch. That's how bad it is. I want to physically hurt a girl because just how toxic they are. Abby, I have her on Snapchat. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. And I forgot the other girl's name. It's too Mexican for me to say, but butcher. Bless their heart. In Spanish, whenever I sat and talked to them, bro, they were the only people that treated me like a human being, not some trash that just washed up in their school. That's how fucking stuck up everyone is at that school, dude. If you're new, you're nothing. You're absolutely nothing. You're just dirt that they kick up with their shoe. That's how bad it was, dude. And then when I started gabbing them, and they told me, I could tell that, you're not a bad guy. Because, I talk to them, I'm saying, I'm very formal, and, they say I'm funny and stuff. Because, I talk to them how I talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Like a regular person. They're just I can just tell you're just not happy. I'm like, I'm not. I am never, I'm usually always happy. But here, I want to die. I was like, I want to die, or I want to do such horrible things to everyone in the school.
Have you ever had one of those moments before you entered the gates of the school and just take a deep breath and just fucking
that was me every day. Nick, I was late for school every day on purpose. I would purposely try to avoid going to school until my mom called and stuff. Stop being late to school. I'd always purposely walk to school even though it was 3 miles away, just because I wanted to be late, because I always wanted to avoid first period. I fucking hated first period and last period.
Damn.
And that's when that encouraged me to skip class at Union. That's why I would skip classes at Union sometimes because, like I'm saying, like they taught me such bad habits at Monashi because I just wanted to avoid each and every class. You know?
Yeah.
And I remember this one fucking football player. You know, remember flag football, Matt? You know, our glory days.
Oh
Yeah, we played flag
good
football for
days.
PE, bro.
Good days.
Their football team's fucking shit, dude. Like, you know, the football players are in my PE class. You know, when we were playing flag football, they're like, all right, all the football. I'm like, oh my God, this is lit. I was like, dude, I can show off my speed. And I kept downing everyone. And then I remember that fucking guy, he kept like flag guarding, you know, swipe it. I was like, oh, I've heard swiping it. I ain't gonna complain. I'll just do it too. I swiped him. He was like, bro, what you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, why are you guarding your flag? I'm like, you do that. No, I'm not. I'm like, are you serious? And then like, I remember he wanted to fight me, but you know, I avoided that. I was just like, you know what? No, I don't have time for this, dude. Like, I'm gonna commit mass murder, dude. I was like,
kill someone.
No, I really wanted to kill him because he was getting mad at me. He's like, bro, flag football. He's like, bro, you want to go? I was like, I dare you to fucking swing, and he swung, believe it or not. But you know, like I dodged it, kind of. You know, it wasn't like a good dodge like how it is now. Like it was just like a lean back. You know, I leaned back, dodged his hook. I dodged his other hook. I ducked really low, like how I used to. And you know, and he looked at me like he was like, "Oh shit, he dodged it." And then my body said hit him, but I'm not gonna lie, I was too scared to hit him back. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was too scared to hit him back. Like I'm saying, you know, I fought Matt with gloves, but I never been in a street fight till I got jumped. So we're going to be getting jumped. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. I was like, you're not worth my time. You know, I played it cool. I was like, you're not worth my time. I already dodged 2 of your punches. You're slow as fuck, bro. I was like, I'm not in a good mood. Leave. I will fucking murder you. And you know, he left. He pussied out like a little bitch, but I pussied out. I saved my own skin. I ain't gonna lie. And then, because he was fucking bumped. That fucker would have slammed me. Like, and then, okay. Oh, sorry, Morgan. Go on. What were you saying?
If I throw 2 punches and then this dude doesn't swing back immediately, and then he says, "I'm too tired for this. Leave. I will murder you." I would believe that as I'm walking away, he's gonna murder me. So what to do in that situation? I just
because oh my God,
no, go ahead.
Oh,
you're lagging so hard. I couldn't.
Oh no, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
But I heard you. But yeah, that school prepped me for bloodlust and anger. I had so much anger and frustration bottled up because I used to bottle up my feelings, right? But it wasn't sad. It was a little bit of sadness, but it was mostly anger and bloodlust. I needed blood. And then I remember Josh, I chipped his tooth. We boxed. You know, he said, "Mark, let's box." I'm like, okay, I can box safely. And then, because, you know, and then he was talking, you know, he was hyping me up. He's like, bro, Mark dodged like 2 punches from that, you know, that guy. You know, because you guys know me. I'm that idiot who fucks with people that people say don't fuck with, you know?
Yeah.
So, when I dodged those 2 punches, he was talking. He's like, "Bro, like Mark made him pussy out and say anything," but you know, I was going with it because, like I'm saying, I was like, little does Josh know, I was pussying out myself, bro. But he was like, "Mark, can we box?" I'm like, I mean, I'm down. I was like, he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yes, you are, bro. With those dodges, yes, you are." But like I'm saying, like Matt, me and you know now, if you dodge like that, it's fucking your garbage. But you know, like I'm saying, I was learning, you know. So we boxed, and he was like, "All right, Mark." And then I remember Jeremiah was like, "All right, Mark, let that anger. I know you hate that school so much." I'm like, "All right, Josh, we're gonna go all out." He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go all out too." I was like, "I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna knock you flat on your ass." I'm like, "All right, bet." I don't know what got into me. I dodged all of Josh's punches, and I hit him so fucking hard in the face. And I threw a left hook right straight, and I dropped him. It was a flash knockdown. It wasn't like, you know, I rocked his shit. It was a flash. You know, like the momentum of my punch and plus losing balance, you know, it connects, but it's still considered a knockdown. So they call it a flash knockdown, a wake up knockdown, more you can say. And he woke up and was like, "Oh, my tooth hurts." And I was like, "You want to stop?" He was like, "Yeah." And then he felt his tooth. So he was like, "Mark, you chipped my tooth." I'm like, "What?" He showed me his mouth, his tooth. Like, I chipped a big chunk of his tooth. And he was like, "Fuck, how angry are you?" I'm just like, I want to kill someone. And then that's when it happened. The day I went into a blood rage. That day I was running my labs, clearing my head, and I met the 4 wannabe little shits, whatever, the Pixley gang, as Jacob said, Jacob's old friends, the Pixley crew, come up to me with little Pixley bikes in the alley saying, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm running. It's running late. I'm just trying to get back. I'm going to the house. I don't want any trouble." And he goes like, "Well," he was like, "Next time don't come in here." And that just pissed me off. I could have just walked away. They warned me, say, "Just don't come here." But that pissed me off. Like, I was done. I literally said, "It's do or die today, Mark." Like I said, someone has to feel my wrath. So I spit in his face. I was like, "Dude, I'm such a badass." And then, you know, obviously that's when I got socked in the face. I spit in his face. Man socked me. And then I remember, like, like obviously my my adrenaline's kicking in, so it didn't really hurt, but I felt it. I just remember just feeling my face. I'm all like, I just remember looking down because they're just like they're like what are you gonna do, pussy? Because he's hit me. Obviously they wait for you for some fucking reason. It's like an anime. You know how they land that shot and they're like, let me monologue. I remember I didn't hear anything. It was just like me just thinking of just so much anger and like everything just blurred out. I remember everything just blurred out. I just remember looking up at him and I just swung. I swung and I dropped him and I got on top of him and I kept fucking punching his face in. And then, in my head, like I was starting to calm down because I was really trying to kill him. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to kill someone that day. I was punching him, bloody nose, everything. And then I started to calm down a bit because my ego. You guys know how my ego gets.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm winning my first fight. I'm winning my third fight because I lost 2 others in the past. But this is my first legit fight. Me actually fighting back. But I remember just getting suplexed, and I remember looking up, and I'm like, oh shit. And I got suplexed hard on asphalt. Obviously, I knocked the air out of me. He kicked me at the insult. But like I'm saying, like I was so angry, I was numb to pain. And now I get the term when you're just full of blood, blood rage, like your eyes are red, shot red. Like obviously it's an exaggeration. Well, I don't know what my eyes look like, but I just remember I got up after he suplexed me, and then I socked that fat bitch so hard in the fucking nose. I think I broke it. I don't know, but his nose was a little crooked after I socked it. I remember him holding his nose. Like I literally let out like a war cry. Like I was so fucking angry. And then the third guy swung. He landed. I wasn't blocking, but I when he swung, I grabbed his shirt and I threw him against the fence. And then thank God my best friend, the trusty fence pole, was there. I grabbed his hair and I started bashing his head against it. I didn't stop until, I think I was going to keep going till, I don't even care if I busted his skull open. Like, I wanted blood that day, and I got my blood that day. I remember what stopped me, because after the guy was done holding his nose like a little pussy, he swung so hard on my ribs. That's when, my adrenaline stopped, because I felt that. When he hit me, it was like a wide swing, but, it still hurt, because, it's a fucking, full-on 200-pound man with his wrists just hitting you in the side. When I felt the pain, he didn't. I don't know. I think I don't know. I was bruised. Like my side was really bruised that day. He hit me so fucking hard on that side. It woke me up, and I realized what the fuck I was doing. I'm like, I'm bashing this guy's head in, and then I stopped, and then obviously I got socked in the face again. And then after that, everyone's all beaten up, bloodied up. I'm over there like, my face is scratch free, surprisingly, but I don't, like I'm saying, I don't bleed, and I fucking hate that. But my side, well, trust me, my body was fucked up. Don't get me wrong. And then I remember they told me they were done, and I was glad they said that, because honestly, my rush was over, my anger was over. I was just disgusted with myself, because I almost killed someone that day. I was bashing his head in. I wasn't planning on stopping. I wanted blood that day, and that kind of haunts me a little bit, because I'm saying, I don't get mad easily. You guys know that, but just for a place like Porterville to make me want to murder someone because how angry and how they just treated me, maybe just wanted to give that same energy back to them. But I kind of liked it a bit though. I liked the satisfaction I got. I wanted blood, and I got the blood I wanted. There was blood on my knuckles. The guy's face was bloodied up. The guy's head had a fucking huge ass bump, bleeding a little bit. I liked it because I was like, oh my God. But they said they were done, and I'm glad they were done. I didn't want any more either. I was hurt. I would have lost. My rush was over. My little berserker rampage was over. So I just went home. And my grandparents were old, so I played it off pretty well. I was like, yeah, school was great. I just the run was great. And then I just went inside, took a shower, and I just remember crying in the shower.
Oh, fuck.
It was my lowest. I wouldn't say it's my lowest point, but it was pretty close. It was really close.
Pretty
I
damn
felt
close,
yeah, I felt weird that day. But I got the respect the next day because, I'm saying, I liked it. And that's what I hate about myself. My ego knows no bounds. I need to work on that. I went back. I wanted a rematch. I literally went back to look for another fight, and they were there. But they didn't do anything. They looked at me, and they let me pass. And then, to me, I think that's respect. I don't know, either that respect or fear, whatever it was, but
Either or.
A little bit of both.
But
I was expecting a rematch, and I wanted a rematch so bad, and that's when I came back to Union, and that's why I loved fighting so much. I mean, you guys saw me. I was fighting. I was doing Bibles with everyone and calling out everyone because I love that rush I get, that adrenaline. Just two people putting their fucking pride everything and they got into a good fight. And that's why I'm so obsessed fighting that one person who just loves to fight just as much as me. Because me, I'm wearing out everyone. Like, Osamo's worn out. I actually worn out Osamo. He doesn't want to fight me anymore because I don't stop no matter what. I will keep coming. And he says it gets annoying because, like, you do good one day against you, and then the next day you know all my patterns again. You read me, and you dominate me, and it's like I'm nothing to you. I'm like, that's the whole point. Doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You kicked my ass one day, and now it's my turn to kick your ass, but in better fashion. And Osama says, I just don't want to fight anymore like that. Like, he asked me to come over and train. I was like, oh, you want to spar? He said, no, I don't want to spar you anymore, Mark. I just want to practice. So I'm just like, oh, no.
Damn.
I lost my only source of fighting. I don't know who else to fight anymore. And obviously, Matt would do it every now and then, but Matt, like I'm saying, like, Matt's worn out too. Matt doesn't fight me like he used to anymore. You
I
know?
just don't want to fight Mark anymore. I want to fight someone new, bro. Same shit over and over with this motherfucker.
I'm saying,
dude.
I'm so desperate to fight someone who would fight me no matter what. I'm trying to find someone who would kick my ass every single day till the day I get my rematch and win. That's the most satisfying part, you know? I don't care if I lose back to back to back. The thing I have that most people don't have, I will get back up and I will challenge you again. I don't care if I lost to you in a horrible fashion. I don't care if you knock me out.
Okay,
I will
Naruto.
come back. I will kill. No, okay. Naruto doesn't get knocked out. Naruto talks his way to victory. He's in the anime.
Okay,
Man
Goku
really
then,
doesn't do shit.
motherfucker.
Man doesn't do anything. Man just goes like, when I was a kid, I was alone, and they're like relatable. And then, you know, Pain was like, and then Pain was all like, all right, time to kill myself. And that's how Naruto wins, literally.
What about Goku?
Goku just fights everyone, bro.
You do the
Goku
same
is
shit.
like-
You want to fight everyone, but you just can't.
No, people hate.
No.
People
no.
literally ain't shit. People.
He's gonna fight more.
What happened?
Yeah, but
What happened?
did you say Morgan?
Don't tell him he can't, because then he's gonna try to fight even more.
That is true.
But naturally sucked. I cannot tell you how happy I was to see all your faces that day. The excitement I had walking through those gates, waiting to see each and every one of you. And when you all greeted me back, I obviously I had my straight face, or maybe I had my dumbass grin I always do, but I cannot express how happy I was just to be back.
How long were you there for at
It
Menachi?
was like 3 months, right? Something
3
like
months felt too long. It was too long.
Mhm.
I hated that 3 months. It was the worst 3 months of my life. And when I saw you guys, I cannot express the amount of joy, the amount of hugs. I was holding back the tears that day, and it was satisfying too. I told Jada to fuck off. Fuck Jada. I mean, we're cool now, but I heard that bitch was talking shit about me. And then I remember, like I'm saying, well, Menachi taught me, like, it wasn't like Menachi taught me something. Just like they taught me, you know what? Fuck being nice to people who don't deserve it. And then when Jada told me she missed me, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then China was like, yeah, she was talking shit about you. And I remember she came up to me, I'm like, I don't want your hug. She was like, what? I was like, I don't want your hug. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. I heard you're talking shit about me. You said, I'm glad Mark's gone. And I heard you were disgusted when I was coming back. So here's my middle finger, and go fuck off and do what you do best. You know, suck everyone's dick. And then she's like, fuck you, Mark. I'm like, no, I pass. Thank you. I'm gonna keep my virginity for someone who deserves it.
Yep.
Fast forward, Nick introduced me to Olma.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Then I remember the first conversation I had with Olma. It was because of you, Nick.
Huh.
You told her you're annoying. She was upset about that. And then I was just like, oh hey Olma, what's up? She's like, hey, I'm like, you look down the dumps. What's wrong? She's like, Nick just called me annoying. I was just like, oh.
I don't remember
Damn,
that, dude.
Nick,
It's
you're
been,
an
it's
honest
been.
motherfucker, aren't you, dog?
I mean, yeah.
Man,
Low-
tell the
low-key.
truth.
She made me laugh because like she did an impression of you, and she did a pretty
Did
good
she?
one. Your serious face. Yeah, she was like, "This is what he did." He was like, "Hey, being too loud. You're annoying. Stop it."
Oh my fucking god! Damn, I was a fucking
And you guys
asshole.
broke up.
Jesus.
Then
I
you
don't
guys
think
broke
she's
up.
annoying anymore, though. By the way, I don't. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, but like I'm saying, but you guys broke up.
Yeah.
A few months later, and I got my Dukinsei, talked to her a little more. I asked you, "Hey, is it okay if I get with this girl?" And you said, "Oh yeah, Mark, I'm fine. I already have a new girlfriend." I'm like, "All right." I was
Yeah.
like, he said it, and then told her, 2 years later.
Tears or pain. She, bro. The worst part is she told me.
Much pain.
She told me to tell Mark. Like, she didn't want to tell it. I don't know. I don't know. She just told me, hey, just tell Mark. I just don't want anything to deal with him. Like no hate or anything.
What?
It's just, that's yeah. Whenever me and Morgan went to go meet up with Aaliyah and Bib and I think it was Nate, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was like the last time we hang out, like or whatever. Whoever was.
Man, when me and Olma
table.
met up and talked, right? She said she was like, "Yeah, I want to be friends." But honestly, no. I mean, I was like, "Yeah, I could try this," but no, that's I always called her Olmers, right? But that's not Olmers anymore. That's not, I had two nicknames for her. Soul, because her name's Olma, it means soul. And Olmers, right? Because, she was my Olmers. That's not Olmers. That's Olma Anai Gonzalez. The OnlyFans bot. That's not my friend anymore. That she's completely different. When we talked before she ignored me again, the only thing I really felt towards her, I just felt sorry for her because I don't care what she says. When I talk to her, I still sense sadness. She's still sad about something because my friend Olmers had ambition. She wanted to do something. This Olma told me, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to college and just something, just to have something, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? I was like, so what are you gonna go for then? Obviously, you can't just go to college and waste your money. That's gonna kind of suck, right? She's like, no, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what comes.
Shit.
It's just like, that's not my friend anymore, That's not the person I bonded with. That wasn't my little homie right there, That's someone completely new. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that she ghosted me because, don't get me wrong, if she ever wants to be friends, I'll be glad to be friends with Olma, not Olmers, because Olmers died a long time ago.
Yep. She was like your mini you.
Yeah, she was my mini me, and like I'm saying, we bonded. Now all I get from her is arrogance. To Olma Olmers never hated someone for liking different political view. Look, now she hates Matthew for liking Trump,
For real.
and she knew, and Olma knew Matt liked Trump a long time ago, But she never hated him.
Time ago.
She never hated him. She even went to his house and hung out with you and Nick. Remember that?
It was me,
Wait.
Nick, and was it Morgan?
I think so.
Or was it just me and Nick?
No, it was just you and Nick. It was just you and Nick.
Holy fuck, that was a fat minute ago.
Yeah, like I
no,
say,
that was a long time.
she didn't hate you for liking Trump.
Yeah.
Now look at her. If you talk about Trump, she literally told me to my face if I voted for Trump as a joke, she would have came into my house and kicked me in the balls.
What the?
What? That's not my friend anymore.
That's not.
I'd have let her do it and called the cops and got her ass arrested. Because fuck that bitch.
Like I'm saying too, and when she's arrogant to the point where cops, she calls cops fucking pigs. And I guarantee if I broke into her house and shot up her family, she ain't gonna come crying to fucking Biden to save her ass. No, she's gonna come crying to those pigs.
Yeah.
Pigs are gonna take me away. No matter what you say, I understand not everyone, like I said, that's the problem too. People are blaming it all on cops. It's the person, not the uniform. It's just the person that did that,
wearing the uniform.
Yep.
You can't take it out on everyone.
It's
There
not
are
the
good
uniform.
people. There are good people that want to serve justice, right? There are good people, and I didn't tell you guys this, right? I got dubs recently. I got in a few fights these upcoming months. Like I've actually been fighting people in the streets. I'm like dead ass serious. I didn't tell you guys this because, like I'm saying, I know you guys really don't care. Like the fight wasn't even that interesting, but it
Love
sucks.
hearing
I didn't have my cameraman. Obviously I didn't have my cameraman, but they had their cameraman. And I got some respect on the streets. Like my name's on the streets now because of my respect. Because I never showed up with anyone. They always showed up with their friends, and thinking it's gonna be like a whole group thing. I came alone, like an idiot. I pulled a Marc. But I got into 2 fights. I have 2 dubs under my belt.
Oh, nice.
The funniest one actually. I don't know what this guy's name was. I don't know what they were repping. I think they're repping blood. I don't know. They're doing their jutsu signs. You already know. I remember, actually, one fight I had was actually around the little church, Matt, the little church, the little hill, that big parking lot.
Wait, where?
Okay, so say you're passing my house, right?
Right.
And you're, okay. It's okay. Okay. So say you lived say it's like me going to Little Caesars, right? You're gonna
Right.
pull out my driveway. You're gonna go on the stop sign on the main road, and then you're gonna turn right. And then the light to go straight to Little Caesars downtown, and then on the right side there's the right and left there's 2 different churches, the Catholic and the Christian.
Oh yeah.
Where we dropped Milton off the other day.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so I fought on the right side on the parking lot. That was one of my many victories. Right? Well, my many too. But like that one was funny for me. You know, they came on, they're like, "Where's your crew?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Where's your crew?" I'm like, "I'm here for this guy, not you guys. If you guys jump me, I mean my fault." I'm like, "Just do me a favor. Just, use the knives." And then they're like, "No, it's a one-on-one. You have no one with you. Respect. You got your knives with me?" I'm like, "Nope." I was like, "I come, no phone, no wallet, just in case I get my ass jumped. If you guys take my shit, got nothing, bitch." And they're like, "All right." They're like, I was like, so, obviously I'm a little rusty in the street fighting. So I was like, so how does this work? Like, is there no time limit? They're like, my bad. I said, yeah. My bad.
I can censor it, Marc. I can censor it.
They're all like Nibba, they're like Nibba, 30 seconds. I'm like, you guys are pussies. They're all like, all right, 30 seconds. I was like, you recording? They're like, yeah, I want to see your ass get jumped. I'm like, I'm like, okay. And these guys, me, thank you, boxing, bro. Boxing and fighting Matthew and everyone in fucking Tulare has to offer helped me so much. That was the quickest fight of my life. I remember the guy swung so retarded. Like, he put all his weight back. Like, his head was turned too. Like, he looked the direction as he was swinging. And as he swung, I remember, I caught it. And, obviously, I thought he was going to try to tackle me. So I got in close. I did a little short hook to the stomach. And I tripped him. And I remember I just got on top of him. And, I was just punching the shit out of him. And I glanced at my, peripherals. I see his friend's whole frown go upside down, and he just stops recording as I'm on top of him. I remember, he had this big ass grin. Obviously, the start, everyone's getting in the rhythm. Everyone's just trying to figure out the timing and shit. He's in his little stupid ass stance, hands down, lunge all the way back. I'm in my little boxing stance, throw a little feint. He's leaning back, and then when he threw that big ass punch, and I got in close, little punch to the stomach. I sweeped him, threw him on the concrete, and then I started swinging. And then I just remember looking up for his face went all down, and he slowly just puts his phone down and just puts it in his pocket. I'm like, all right, time. And I'm all like, I shook the guy's hand, respect. It takes a lot of balls, and there's just respect. And they're like, you got hands? I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I just walked off.
Ruined someone's fucking ego, or you just ruined this fucking day, bro.
Because it was funny. I ruined their whole cruise. The frowns was just the best. I was trying so hard not to laugh because you're just recording. You're like, oh, my friend's gonna get this guy, bro. And then it's just like, oh, my friend's. It's like, oh, about that. I don't know if I can record this shit. The second guy wasn't too bad. That's how this. I was a little rusty, with the first guy. And guess how this fucking shit started, right? I have a lot of friends, right? So I'm texting my friend. Obviously, he has a boyfriend and shit. This guy texted me saying, bro, what you doing? I'm like, what? He was like, what you doing? I'm like, just talking to your girlfriend, just talking to your friend, chilling, He goes, you trying to get her? I'm like, are you fucking retarded or are you dumb? I was like, he goes, you trying to get her? I'm like, bro, she saves the messages. I was like, you can read and see nothing is happening. And then he just kept talking like a retard. So you know how I get. I'm gonna call you out on that. I'm like, bro, I was like, I'm surprised she's dating you, bro. Like you talk, I was like, you type like a retard. And he goes like, bro, are you trying to square up right now? I'm like, bitch, I ain't scared of you. And he goes like, meet me here. We fought. Actually, I jogged over there. Everyone makes fun of me because I jog. I don't pull up in a car. I jog. That's how I pull up, bro. Yeah. For real. Come in with my anime Frieza shirt, shorts, my high ankle socks, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm ready, bro. You know you're about to take the smoke, bro. No, I wasn't with my Frieza shirt. It was my Saitama shirt. That's how you know you're gonna lose. All right?
Fuck yeah.
And then they laughed at me. They're like, "Bro, you're fighting this guy. You're fighting this clown." I'm like, watch. I was like, keep talking that shit. And we fought. Where did we fight at? Okay, so we're at Taco Bell by Union, right?
Yeah.
Wait, was this Katrina's boyfriend?
Oh, I didn't fight Noah. Remember, Noah never showed up. That pussy.
Yeah,
I waited 2 hours for his ass. And anyway, pussy never showed up, bitch. I would have knocked his shit out of him. But anyway. But so it was past Taco Bell, and then it was past the park. Let me think. Okay, so it was past the park. I don't know. It was some fucking alley. It was some little alley. And this guy was not that bad. He was garbage, but he got some good hits on me. That's why I was a little rusty. My reflexes were a little, my little fingers were a little off. I was surprised. He actually got a good takedown on me. But I wrestled Matthew, so thank Matthew and Nathan for this, bro. Because when he tackled me, I was like, oh shit. He started swinging. I was blocking and shit. They're like, yeah, get him. And I remember he did a dumbass swing. I was like, what would Matt do in this situation? I was like, it's a street fight, no rules. So I was like, I think Matt would kick his knee in. So I kicked his knee in. So when he went for that swing, I kicked his knee in, and he fell forward. and I grabbed him in a guillotine. But no one likes getting choked out. So I said, I ain't gonna choke him out. I just grabbed. I did my famous guillotine when I did Dominic, lifted him up, hurt his neck a little bit, pushed him off, and then he tried to swing with his head down, and then I ducked it. It was actually a clean punch. So I ducked the hook, and then I ducked over it, countered it, and then hit him with the 1, 2, 3. But this guy was durable. Like, it was a punch for a punch. Like, you're punching him, but he'll return back. He'll do what I do. If I'm getting my shit rocked, I'll keep swinging, So that caught me off guard. So I'm over there fucking him up. I'm like, oh, dude, this is light work. And then I just remember eating the nastiest left hook of my life. And then I just remember I'm like, boom, get rocked, bitch. And then all I remember is just feeling this big ass punch in slow motion. It felt like it was all slow, and then I just feel it hit my face. I just feel my face turning. Like the punch was so good. Like it literally knocked me back a few steps. Like it was a good punch. Props for that. And then I think what really ended the fight though is he gassed out and it didn't help. I was going for body shots this fight. I was working on my body shots. I wasn't, I was like, jab to the face and then body shots. Like I want better body shots. I don't know if you noticed on Darren's story a while back, but I'm working on my left hook to the body. Right. So I was like, so I'm gonna work on it. Obviously, it's not as good as it is now. It was garbage. I think I missed 2 clean left hooks. Like, oh, the cringe. But as I was fighting him, right, he groped my nuts.
Whoa.
He went for a takedown. I think he tried to slam me. You know how some people pick you up from they pick you up and they flip you, right? He was trying to go for that, but man didn't grab my leg. He grabbed my nuts. So So it's gonna get funnier. Because, when he grabbed my nuts, I got pissed. This is my mentality. In a street fight, anything can go. I bit that fucker in the neck.
What?
I bit his neck.
Did you really?
Fucking vampire?
I bit his neck. When he grabbed and squeezed my nuts to an oblivion, I literally got oh! And then I straight up just opened my jaw and bit his neck. And he was like, what the fuck? And it was funny, too. I wonder if I can find the video. Maybe I could find him and say, I wonder if he still has that fight. I probably deleted it because it was, like I'm saying, after I bit him, it just kind of got stupid at that point. So you're going to see me biting his neck and I'm punching him. So my neck sideways, I'm biting my teeth, I'm sinking my teeth into him and I'm still punching him in the stomach.
Oh my God.
So picture me biting your neck and then, I'm sideways and you just see me just going, I'm just punching him. I'm just, in my head, I was like, it's do or die, right? And then after I let go of them, they're like, all right, I'm done. And then I remember once he's like, dude, never fuck with a fucking, I forgot what they call me. They're like, never fuck with a guy who watches that cartoon shit.
Oh,
bit
yeah.
your fucking, all I remember here, I'm walking up, I was like, dude, he bit your fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bit someone in a fight. So I'll have 2 dubs.
You fucking pulled like a fucking Aaron, dog. You just fucking bit him. But still his fucking neck.
I didn't tell you guys about this because, like I'm saying, I didn't think you guys would care. Oh, Mark fought someone. Wow. Big
Yeah,
blood,
you didn't tell us fucking last weekend. That would have been like shit. Fucking props.
Yeah,
to you.
but yeah. So I have 2 duds on my belt, So I'm 2-2 now. I just gotta find, my gay best friend who kicks my ass and get my redemption.
Shit, man. I've been recording for over an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been an hour. It hasn't even felt like that.
And these stories have this episode right here has been about you, Mark.
Mark's 2-2 on the streets. I'm 2-2 on the streets.
Like, oh, Matt, bro.
Mark or Matt and Morgan have not said as many words as you have.
I just love listening to Mark talk.
And don't get me wrong, I love listening to Mark. And some of the viewers might ask us oh, hey, how come they're not talking? It's just Mark's stories are so interesting. You just want to keep on listening.
We're just listening to Mark's stories right now.
I'm just trying to give them the opportunity to be out there,
Oh, well, thank you. But are we done? Do you want me to keep going? Because I got plenty more.
We can go for 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. All right. I'll keep this one quick. Here, let's. What's another funny moment in my life or a weird moment? I still can't believe I bit that guy's neck.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What were you watching?
Grow with my nuts, bro. It was either pull Mike Tyson and go for the ear or go for the neck. I didn't know.
Oh, that is true. Never mind. That's a good point.
Let's think here. What's a good one?
Anyone else have a story?
Yeah, you guys got a story? I've been talking
yeah, Mark has been. This is Mark.
I could talk about my fight at over by Ricky's.
I would love to hear that. I love a good fight story. You already know I do.
Have I not told you about it?
Let me get my Taco Bell.
Okay, so here, let me leave my game.
Man's playing
I can't leave my
Valorant.
game. Exit to desktop. Okay, so it started off right. We were at Ricky's. It was me, Ricky, Troy, and Isaiah and Ryan, and we were all
Right.
hanging out we all met up at Ricky's. We were hanging out, and then we went over to the apartments next door to his to go play football.
Yeah.
And we're playing football. I brought my gloves, and then Ricky started fighting this kid that's like 2 years younger than him.
Oh wait, I think
Ryan
I know
boxed
what
that
you're talking about.
kid, and then nobody wanted to box me. Right? Isaiah, Troy, they're stoned. They're not feeling it. They're they're lazy as fuck right now. And then I'm sitting here trying to get someone to box me. I'm asking Ryan. I'm asking Troy. I'm asking Isaiah. And just nobody wants to. And they want me to get this kid that's 4 years younger than me and box him. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, right? Like, I want someone to actually box. And then, so, isn't Taryn, right, Mark?
Taryn, yep, Taryn.
Yeah, Taryn and his group, they come walking up. This little girl, she's like, Taryn, come box this kid. He wants to box someone. And at the time, I'm a scrawny little fuck. Taryn's this big ass dude on steroids in fucking 8th
Got
grade.
suplexed by that bitch. Remember that?
Yeah, that was fucking great. But Taryn's this big ass dude on steroids in 8th fucking grade. And I'm like, fuck, I'm about to get my shit rocked. And then next thing you know, Taryn's not feeling it. So his other friend, JP the shooter, they call him. He was like, bet, I'll do it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Because he looked my size, right? He looked scrawny. He was my same height. This motherfucker pulls off his shirt. He's built like Taryn. I'm like, fuck. Okay, here we go. So, touch gloves, start the match, whatever. And I was rusty at this point. So, I'm still getting the feel for it a little bit. But we're kind of going back and forth. And then he gets a good couple hits in. I get some hits in. And then finally, I've had enough. So I'm legit like chasing this kid. And he's backpedaling.
What the fuck?
Bro, I swear to you, bro, I was like stutter stepping towards this kid as he's backpedaling, trying to fight it.
What the hell?
And so I knocked him down. I knocked his ass down. I was proud of that, bro. I was hyped up. That was my first knockdown. So
Damn.
after that, this other kid, he's like, I'm what, like 5'4" at the time? 5'5"? And
you were
this kid's
5'5".
like, huh?
I think you were 5'5" at that
Yeah.
time.
And this kid's like 5'9", maybe 5'10", maybe even fucking 6 foot. I don't know, but he's taller than I am, a lot taller. He's like, hey, he was like, hey, you down to box? I was like, yeah, fuck it. And then, so as we're getting ready, I'm looking at him because he's like, he seems familiar. And I was like, hey, do you go to the boxing gym over there by Burger King? He was like, yeah, why? I was like, fuck, okay. So, Mark, do you remember who it was?
Well, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
So it
yeah,
was
that's
Ricky, right?
all. Yeah.
When I seen him like training, working on the speed bag and shadow boxing, he seemed good.
Mhm.
And that's why I was nervous as fuck to box him because I was like, I'm gonna get my shit rocked. He's got reach, he's got like experience on me, he's got everything. We get into it, and I swear to you, I'm hitting this kid with so many right hooks, and he's still just up. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm just weak as fuck. And bro, because there's times I would hit him with the right hook, and he like shakes his head. I'm like, oh, he's getting dizzy. Like, couple of seconds go by, I hit him again, and he's still going. I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a long fucking fight. We ended up from the grass area. I pushed him all the way to the bark. We're in the bark by like the playground.
What the
He's like, hey, time out. He takes his shoes off. I was like, all right. We go back to it. We're going back and forth. And then it gets to the point to where I'm pushing him back towards the fucking the grass. So he has to step over the sidewalk. I let him step over. I'm not gonna be a dick. And as he's stepping backwards over sidewalk, just run up and hit him.
fuck?
But we're sitting there boxing, going back, and he's backpedaling real fast now. He's not saying anything though. That's the thing. He's backpedaling real fast. I'm zoned in. I'm going. He goes around a pole. I shit you not, bro. I wanted this guy so bad. I grabbed the pole. I swung myself around and I went for a hook on his face.
Oh my god,
Bro, I
Holy
straight
shit.
grabbed it I pulled myself so hard I swung around, and then I think I hit him with one more right hook. He like shakes his head. He's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." I was like, "All right, fuck it. That's another win." And
What
then
the fuck?
like 5 minutes go by, and me, Ricky, Isaiah, Troy, we're all getting ready to leave. And he comes up. He's like, "Hey, you want to go again?" I was like, "I would, but we're about to head out. We're going to my boy Isaiah's place." So after all that, we go by Ricky's, get our shit, and then we start walking to Isaiah's. As we're walking to Isaiah's, Ricky gets a call from his mom, and I guess his mom was like, "Hey, Ricky, there's some guys here looking for Matt."
Wow.
So 3 scenarios ran in my head. 1, I'm gonna get fucking jumped. 2, they really want to box me again. Or 3, I go back and just fight every single one of them. And we didn't do shit. We just kept on with our day. And I haven't seen them since, bro. I haven't seen any of them since that day.
What the fuck?
That was a good day, though.
Everyone's had a good day,
I
huh?
remember I was so upset that day. Wasn't I grounded that day?
Yeah, I think
I
you
remember-
couldn't come. Because I think I said I was bringing my gloves if you wanted to come and shit. But you couldn't.
I always miss out the good things when I'm grounded. I hate being grounded, bro.
I remember when you were grounded a lot.
I before we end the Discord, I'm sorry. I have to ask Matthew. Remember when I fought Marcus?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I want your honest opinion. Who won that fight?
You?
Marcus told Chandler he thinks he won that fight. Remember, I even scaled it too. Remember, I scored it myself. Until I looked at it. He threw 220 points. Remember, I told you I even counted that little, that little love tap thing, right? He threw 200, landed 5, right? And I calculated how many punches I landed and threw. I threw 190 and landed, I think, 160. And he told Chandler it would be nice and call it a draw. But let's be honest, I won that fight. What fucking fight did you win? I was gonna tell Kelsey about that because when I was telling her, I was like, "Yeah, I know I have my fair share of losses and wins and losses." And Mark was like, "Yeah." And then I knew he was talking about his win over me. So I was gonna. So next time Kelsey comes around, I'm like, "Fun fact, I fought your boyfriend before. Yeah, I kicked his ass, bro."
I can just see Mark's face
why he
already.
looked at me like that.
Bro, and then I made a joke when I told Chandler, I'm like, maybe I just hit him too hard. Maybe he just thought he won the fight, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. Just let him think that.
I was so confused that day. I'm not one to gloat over wins though, but don't be wrong, I didn't knock him out. Yeah, he ate my shots. Yeah, he did. But how are you gonna tell me? Yeah, I won Mark. If you landed 5 of 200 strikes, and the other guy lands 160 out of 100, that doesn't make sense.
It's a big difference.
God,
I'm still upset to this day that Chandler nor Marcus will at least go 1 minute in a match with me, dog.
Did me and Morgan go a minute?
You guys went 2 minutes.
30,
Was
I
it-
think.
Dog, we were
Minute
both out of
30,
shape. Something like that.
I think all those fights that day were at least a minute 30.
Yeah.
There was 20 planned fights. Like some people were fighting more than once, so I think we were just like keep it short, and then if we
Yeah.
have extra afterwards, we can record more.
Yeah.
And I honestly misjudged Nick. He hits harder than I expected him to with
I
his
know,
strong ass arms.
I remember Nick.
Mark's the fucker that got me into it, man. God damn it.
I remember when Parksy went Nick, and I was going easy, and then I remember I was like, all right, I was like, I gotta see how hard Nick is. I remember Nick just fucking let it rip, bro. He hit me so.
I
fucking hard in
didn't
the
want
face.
to, man. I hate being angry. I hate hurting people. I don't like it. Even right now, man. I feel so bad.
You're missing out, Holmes.
No, I'm not trying
You're
to do
missing
that
out.
shit, man. Cause I know I'll go too far.
I remember me and Catherine talked about fighting, right? And I was telling her, I was like, Catherine, I just want to fight someone who, is athletic and won't burn out. I hate having endurance,
Yeah.
And then she was telling me, fight the football players. I'm like, I fought football players. I fought Daniel. I fought your kicker, Vidal. I fought who else? I fought Marcus, fought Chandler. They're all football players, and they all gassed out. And then she was like, oh. I'm all like, yeah. She's like, you beat Vidal? I'm like, yes. Vidal's trash.
I want to fight Vidal so bad. Like, I don't have a grudge against him, but I have no respect for him for what he did.
What do you do?
So, okay, so back when me and Michelle were a thing, right?
Oh.
So, oh yeah, no, this goes way back.
Oh yeah.
So, she had her quince, and I couldn't go. I had family shit planned that's been planned for a while, right?
Yeah.
I was upset. I really wanted to go. Vidal went, a couple of the people went, and from what it seemed like on Vidal's story, he was trying to get with her because I wasn't there. And from what she told me, it also seemed like the same thing. And I think Laura, it was either Michelle or Laura that told me about it. But either way, he had like came up to me and like tried to shake my hand, whatever. I was like, nah, bro, like, no, I'm not cool with you. He was like, bro, what? I was like, bro, I'm not gonna be cool with you if you're gonna try to get at my girlfriend at her birthday party just because I'm not fucking there.
Damn.
He was like, bro, I didn't even try to do that shit. I was like, nah, bro, like, don't even, like, just leave it. I'm just not cool with you. Let's leave it at that. And then, you know, he started dating Katie, and then they broke up. Me and Michelle broke up. Bro, I shit you not. The second him and Michelle, or not him, him and Katie broke up, he kept coming back to the group because Michelle was still there. And he would always like talk to her and shit, whatever. Me and Michelle broke up. He really tried to swoop in the second me and Michelle had broken up.
Fuck.
So legit, like, I don't hold a grudge against him at this point, but it's just I have no respect for him, and I would love to box him sometime, bro.
I mean, I was confused because, like, you know, he has boxing experience. He did tell me he had like boxing experience, right? So obviously, he's like, yeah, I boxed for 2 years back in the day. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, you know, he has good technique. But if you look at the video, but it's just because I was surprised, like, you know, for being such a, like a big, you know, short, you know, he's like short but kind of like built kind of guy. You would think he'd be an infighter, right? You know, you know how I like to just get in there and bang. So that's what I was trying to do. But Vidal actually was an outfighter. He was literally every time I tried to get in, he would run away from me because he likes to be on the outside. And we talked about the next day after I kicked his ass, right? And then he was. I was like, dude, I was trying to bang with you. I don't know why you weren't banging with me. He's like, oh no, bro, I ain't no fucking infighter. I'm an outfighter. I'm like, oh, you're a pussy then. And then him and Daniel said, I'll give you a rematch when I'm ready. I remember. I think you guys were there at the party when Daniel was there. I remember everyone was talking. He was talking. I'm like, so where's my rematch? He was like, everyone was like, whoa.
I think that's the first thing Mark said when he came too. Daniel was already there. Mark walks into Chandler's room, and all you hear is, "Where's my rematch, fucker?"
Oh my god! And Vidal was like, and then I keep telling him like, Vidal, I'm like, hey, so we're gonna have a rematch? He's like, yeah, for sure. Then I remember one day I was like, all right, Vidal, you ready to have a rematch? He's like, Mark, I'm too scared of you. I don't want a rematch. I'm like, I hate pussies in hilarity, man.
I hate people like you.
If you can, bro, hit up Vidal. See if he wants to box me.
I got you.
Yeah. All right, we went over the time limit.
Yeah, we said 5 minutes.
We were at 10 more minutes. Yeah. I mean, I could maybe cut this last like 10-minute bit out and like be like exclusive content for something else. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I might keep it in or not. But do you want to edit off there, boys?
It's up to you, boss. Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Your podcast, bro.
This has been the Overnight Vibes podcast featuring me, Matt, Morgan, and Mark. The next episode, I do not know. I have no idea when that'll be made. Whenever I feel like it, but this will be uploaded around Monday, hopefully. And but yeah, everyone say bye.
Later, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There you go.